Today I'm going to tackle a quite spiritual question. A dear reader of mine sent me quite a tough question. She asks, very short, how do I get to a place free of fear? How do I get to a place free of fear? And just for fun, I type into Google, the place free of fear. And guess what I got? I got a poem of one of my favorite poets, Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Wow. I think he is quite articulate in his poem, answering the question about where is that place without fear. But let's try to get that answer with inspiration of Tagore by answering first, what is fear? Fear is an emotion that we label it as unpleasant because it's the threat of danger, pain, of harm. So it is basically assuming that we have the identity of something that can be hurt, of something that can suffer. We have the identity of these flesh, bones, hair, and drama. We have the identity of this limited human condition. When we identify with who we apparently are, fear exists because this can be damaged. There can be a knife that can kill me. There is an illness. There is fear. When we, like dear Joe Dispenza says, when we are into the habit of being ourselves, fear is present because we are in this habit of being human, being vulnerable, being in danger, having pain, being able to be harmed. At that level, fear exists. At that level, you can be bullied. At that level, somebody can have power on you. At that level, all the nightmares of reality happen. This is what I was discussing yesterday in a lecture that I gave to my followers. We were talking about toxic relationships, and we were talking about the big 3 lies that women believe. That there is something to be ashamed about, that we are not worthy, that we should be hiding because it's not safe. So we talk about fear. Because it's not safe, then you have to hide. How do we get out of that? We have to get out of the habit of being ourselves. We have to stop thinking with the head and start feeling with many other parts of our being, because there are many other parts of our being. Because you are not just these flesh, bones, and drama. You are something more subtle. This is when we really have to call into uncommon answers. When we have to get out of our head and we start talking about the spirit. This is when we have to start talking about that you are infinite consciousness. Just think about quantum physics. Quantum physics is has discovered there are two ways of seeing reality: matter and wave. And the wave behaves in ways that we haven't been able to understand. And this is this infinite consciousness where everything is everywhere. There are infinite timelines. So the place without fear exceeds by definition, because if you are in fear, there is another reality where you are not in fear. How can you get there? By connecting with the infinite consciousness. By disconnecting with the fact that you are just this. You are way more than what you think you are. How do you do that? You connect to that. You connect to the possibility of the infinite. You start doing spiritual work. You start doing shadow work. You start looking into the spiritual elements that you haven't looked before. And it can be very profound and complicated, and it can be as simple as taking a deep breath. And you can feel the entire universe within your lungs and your infinite consciousness. And with that air inside your lungs, there is absolute no fear, because you have air within your lungs. You are the wealthiest person in the world, and nothing can happen to you. Or you can do exactly the opposite. Breathe out. There is no air in your lungs, and you feel it. This for me is so impressive, when there is no air in my lungs, and feel the emptiness of my lungs, and feel remembering, like the Stoics said, memento mori. Feel that emptiness, that maybe you are dead for that second, and feel that dying, that emptiness in your lungs, and that nothing happens to you. With this simple exercise of breathing, you are in the place without fear. With this simple exercise of breathing, you are doing what Tagore is telling us, what Dr. Joe Dispenza is telling us, to break the habit of being you. To stop thinking that you are this limited definition that is your body or your name, or being the daughter of, or being the wife of. You are spirit, you're pure infinite consciousness. And pure infinite consciousness, total energy, infinite energy, cannot be destroyed, cannot be harmed. That is your true identity. Thank you for giving me this question. I hope you like it. If you like my answer, please do like it. And of course, share it. Share it with other people who might be in fear right now. Because you are much more than you think you are. And fear is just a stage. You can get out of that and come to the place without fear. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.